everybody, and welcome back to Heidi's house. This is your host, Queen Bee Heidi B. And our today's featured guest is DJ, music producer Charlie Caz. I'm so excited to hear more about his house music journey. So, are you ready? Then let's go. So, here he is. Charlie Caz is in the house.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome,
I'm so
welcome,
glad to be here.
I'm very glad that you are joining in to our humble little podcast that is exploring the house music culture globally. We have little snapshot kind of interviews here of our featured guests. We got artists, music producers, DJs, radio personalities, influencers, event organizers, and many more. And I have to say that now, in your case, you happen to be many of those different roles that I already mentioned. So I'm very glad that you were able to join in and we
Thank you.
can discuss a little bit about your house music journey and hopefully inspire our viewers regarding new music or house music culture in general. So, yes, wonderful to have you joining in.
Thank you.
And as you know already that this is very short kind of interview, so I'm gonna continue very straightforward to our first question, which I always ask. I want to know in your own words, who is Charlie Cass?
Um, I'm just a guy that really loves music, and my love of that, I put a lot of work into what I do, and I try to learn everything I can about it. And basically, that's been my journey, you know, learning and trying to put out the best work possible.
And you are kind of like holding many kind of positions when it comes to the house music. Could you share us a little bit what kind of different things that you do when it comes to the music culture and house music?
Pretty much everything. Like I have my own tracks that I haven't even put out yet because that's a whole different story, you know. But yeah, I produce, I edit, I create beats. I do a lot of work for a lot of different people, you
Yeah.
know. I'm one not to be name dropping. I want people to recognize me for me and what I do, not because I do work for XYZ.
Yeah.
You know?
That's understandable. And now, if I go back to the whole main theme of this podcast, which is obviously the house music and house music culture, what is it that got you into house music?
Um, the music, the music, being able to play with different rhythms and different harmonies, and just, I'm a creative. That's what I love to do. I love to create,
Mhm.
and DJing gave me the opportunity to do that instantaneously, you know. So when I play it, it's always a vibe with me. It's always about the vibe.
Yes. And house music is all about that. So the good vibes and community and communication through the means of music. Now, would you happen to remember your earliest house music influences? The tracks or the DJs that influenced, or artists that influenced you in the beginning of your
Well,
journey?
when I got into this really young, and I got to meet a lot of fortunate people that got me into places I would have never gotten in. And I remember going to Bonds International Casino Disco. This is one of the biggest clubs in Manhattan, and listening to Francois play on that system. when I heard him, I said, "This is what I want to do for the rest of my life."
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So that was kind of like that certain kind of spark for you that
That
ignited.
defining moment. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Now, so that also got you into the DJing. When did you start?
The earliest that I remember where I was able to afford to even buy equipment because, when you're young and you're telling your parents, "Oh, I want to be a DJ," they're looking at you like, "What's wrong with you? Go to school, be a doctor."
Yep.
So my earliest was like 13. I got all these little part-time jobs and saved up my money and got my first set of equipment, and it was all from there.
Mhm. And you started, I assume you started with the vinyls.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I come from. I mean, I love what I do. Well, when I started out with vinyl, but this technology was something that I was looking for back then
Hmm.
because I'm able to manipulate these tracks in ways that you can't do it on vinyl.
Yeah, yeah,
I when I play, I try to give it the vinyl feel, but the way I'm manipulating the tracks is something I couldn't do until now, until this technology came.
yeah. I have to say, I love the fact that the feel of vinyl and everything, but it does have its limitations, and the equipment nowadays, it gives so much room for this, really this, like you call it, editing, this kind of approach, and you can really like a build another remix on the fly while you do the DJing there. So I also feel like I have really appreciated that approach in a DJing, and taking that into my journey. Plus, of course, with the vinyls and all the gear, it's a huge amount to arrange. I remember back in the days trying
I
to.
remember going to places, doing different clubs, and
Yeah,
carrying like 12 crates with me.
yeah, exactly.
Now
Oh, so,
all I do is throw my hard drive and my laptop, and that's it. I'm
and
off
that's
anywhere in the world.
exactly. So it does make it easier, but of course we embrace those wonderful roots, and the ability, of course, to use all of these kind of years. Now, if you think about DJs that you have, like you mentioned, that you have been able to witness many DJs, see them, of course, obviously in New York. That's one of the meccas of house music, so to say. So you have had the chance to witness the DJs, meet them, and play with them, and be in the different kind of events. But if you think about some inspirations in DJing style, do you have some people that you have somehow been inspired of, or you felt that they have influenced on your personal DJing style?
Yes, definitely. One would definitely be Frankie Knuckles. I got a
Hmm.
chance to meet him at Quadrasonic Studios when he was doing a remix of "We're All in This Together" by David Peaston. I
Hmm.
had a manager at the time that knew him, and he brought me down and I got a chance to meet him. That was inspirational, watching him in the big room on the SSL board doing his thing.
Yeah, and I think so many people mention about him because he truly had his unique sound and the way of DJing and way of producing, and I don't know, do you feel the same kind of vibe there? There's this joy of making the music, and the richness, the musicality, and the creativity of his sound is something that makes it really timeless. You can listen
Yeah,
to his productions and it sounds like today.
See, back in those days where I come from, every DJ you had to have your own sound,
Hmm.
and Frankie definitely has his own sound. David Morales definitely they have their own
Yeah.
sound. So that's what I'm trying to bring to the game now. My feel of my sound through those influences. Because those are
Exactly.
the people that inspired me.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful bridge to my next question. Could you describe some ways that if I think about Charlie Caz's DJing style and said, what are the elements that always have to be there for you in your sets?
Definitely vibration. It has to be a vibe. Like if you listen to some of my work,
Mhm.
it feels like there's a theme to every set that I do.
Yeah.
I try to put my what I'm feeling in here. I try to bring it out and let the world experience what I'm experiencing. Because I'm having such a ball doing this.
Yes.
Half the time, I don't even know how it's going to come out, what I'm going to play. I know I have a set amount of tracks, and what happens with that, that's the magic. That's where the
Mm,
magic happens.
yes,
For
yes, yes,
me,
yes.
anyway.
I have to say, I feel that because I don't know. I was listening when you said that you kind of like, have some kind of idea of what the songs are gonna be, but you still are gonna kind of like
I don't know
improvise.
how they're going to come together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I do that quite much myself as well, and I feel that it is beautiful because it really keeps it so interesting and fresh that you have the idea, but you still kind of don't know. You let the creativity and the magic happen like you described. So I feel that it's a very beautiful thing and it's energizing feeling uh, for
You
for
know,
for the
I have a
DJ
lot
and
of
the audience.
I have a lot of musical training as from when I was younger, and when I play music, it's not like I'm just playing a record. I'm picking out certain instruments to bring in when, this track is playing these instruments and blending them together. It's like a whole science behind it. But if you ask me to explain it to you in words, I don't know where to begin. It
Yes.
just
So
happens.
so people have to just listen to your sets and enjoy it while it happens and embark into this listening journey of yours. I think that's the part there, the experimental part. It is difficult to explain by words, and words never are enough, so to say, when it comes to the
Yes.
music. Now, I'm gonna ask you a little bit more about that background thing. You said that you have worked with music otherwise as well, and you have background. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, like as far as what work that I've done or people that I've worked with.
Or like music studies, like are you
All right. I
instrumentalist
mean,
or
it
this kind of
for me, this all began at a really young age.
thing?
Um, I was in junior high school. I just got into junior high school, seventh grade, and at home, all right, at home as a kid, my parents they didn't buy me toys. They bought me instruments because I'm always banging. I'm always trying to create some kind of rhythm. So
Yeah.
when I got into high school, I got into the senior band in my junior year, and I got to perform at Lincoln Center in New York City.
Ah,
A
wonderful.
big school district meeting that they had.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. And what kind of instruments you were playing, or maybe still play?
Percussion, all
Ah,
percussion.
percussion.
Yeah,
All right. Well, makes sense. Yes, makes sense, of course. Now, you know that this is a snapshot kind of interview, so I'm gonna keep those questions coming and in a little bit rapid speed. So now we're gonna jump into the production part. You mentioned that you produce music. Could you tell us when did you get started with the music production?
Um, all right. When in 1985, I started a residency at a skating ring in the Bronx called Skate Key.
Ah,
And once I started that, I got a lot of different offers, management, production. So I signed to a production company, which I don't really want to mention their name or give them any shine because it didn't go, it was a lesson well learned, you know.
okay.
I got into the business when I didn't know the business. I have the love and the talent with the music, but I didn't know the business end,
Yes, yes, yes.
and it didn't go well for me.
Mm, mm.
You know, so right now, I have a lot of my own stuff that I haven't even put out because my thing for me, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be super unique. Like when you go to hear one of my sets, you're gonna hear tracks that you're never gonna hear ever again unless I'm playing
Yeah.
it, which to me that creates sort of a draw. If you like what I'm doing, it's gonna be unique, you know. Come and
Yes,
experience it.
yes. And as what I have noticed when listening some of your sets, when streamed online and so on, there is really the very strong percussive element there, a lot of strong percussion, and it kind of explains a lot when you mention that that is also your original instrument, and it kind of comes through. Um, and it is wonderful. It is very it inspires to move and dance, of course. So it works very beautifully with the house music because the house music obviously is embracing the dancing. So that is absolutely beautiful. Now, could you tell us about a little bit about your other music related projects, what you're doing,
Um, as far as working with other artists,
for instance?
um, right now I'm currently working with Zaylin, as you know, and something is in the works. I really don't like to talk too much about what hasn't come to fruition yet, but
Yes,
something definitely with him is in the works right now.
wonderful. And shout out to Zaylan, amazing artist, amazing person,
Yeah.
very beautiful personality, and super talented, obviously,
Yeah,
as
we
well.
just did Coney Island on the 29th. Man, what an amazing time.
Yes,
Wish you
yes,
could have been
yes.
there. Wish you could have been there.
Yeah, me too. But I was feeling the vibes from those clips that I was able to witness. But hopefully one day, I've said to Zealand that, next time when I come to New York, I have to inform him well in advance. So
Yeah, because
who knows?
I live 5 hours away now. I bought a
Mm,
house of state. So I'm
ah,
not in the city. I had to travel 5 hours to get there to do
yeah,
that
yeah.
show.
But it was definitely, I'm sure it was
I
worth
had a
it.
ball. Yes.
All right. And then can you tell us about the house that Charlie built?
The house that Charlie built, that's mainly my brand. Everything else that I do falls under that. Um, okay, the house that Charlie built, that's the main brand. Like my recording studio is under that brand. Then I have the Charlie Caz project. The Charlie Caz project, I started this 5 years ago, and it was just an experiment. I
Mhm.
said, let me start this project and see. how people receive it. And 5 years later, I'm still doing it. We have 1.3 thousand sets on YouTube, Mixcloud,
Wow,
SoundCloud,
so
Instagram, Facebook,
that's a lot.
Twitter. We're everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, no excuses not to find the music online there.
Or
So
you could just Google it. If you Google my name, you'll see everything. It'll pop up.
yes, beautifully. Now, uh, as mentioned a little bit, and you said that you don't want to spoil too much by saying something about the upcoming projects. Something is now cooking, and productions are on their way. Um, but I want to still ask this, obviously, for the people that might be now super excited and interested to know more about you and your brands. Where can they find you in social media?
Okay, on Facebook, I go live off of my DJ Charlie Caz page. Everything else is DJ Charlie Caz. That's YouTube, Instagram, um, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Twitter. It's all Charlie Caz.
All with
It,
that
it,
same name. So
all the same name, yeah. I
should
try to
be
keep everything the same. See what I'm gonna do too. I'm opening up a website. Once I open up my website, then that's where everything will be. The focus will be on the website, but they could branch off to all these different platforms from there.
wonderful. So people stay tuned for that. The website
That's
is
coming
coming.
real soon.
Yeah, it's a great timing now for this interview. I think we'll be putting this out within a few weeks' time, so most likely
Thank you, thank
it
you,
might
thank
be
you.
there in
It's an
about.
honor to do an interview with you.
It's wonderful to have this opportunity with you, even though it's a little short one, but still. uh, now,
Little sneak peek.
yeah, exactly. I always feel that the time is running out, and there might be, need to maybe sometimes have a follow up when something like new productions on the way and things like this, the new releases and so on. But is there something that you would like to share with our audience regarding your highlight moments? I actually forgot to ask that because you mentioned already meeting, of course, people like Frankie Knuckles and so on. But otherwise, if you think about your career, what would you say are your highlight moments so far?
Um, it's all a highlight moment for me. You know
Hmm.
why? Because I live in the moment. Like I live in the right now.
Yeah.
What already happened, it already happened. So I live in the now, so to look forward to the right now and that next event, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. Very beautifully put. Very beautifully and
Thank
humbly
you.
put as well.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, well, uh, we stay tuned for everything that is on its way, new productions, those websites, obviously new mixes all over the social media, and looking forward the next ones. And once again, sending you many blessings and love straight from Helsinki, Finland,
Thank you. Thank you.
there overseas.
Thank you.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
And I thank you for joining in into this little podcast and sharing a bit about your house music journey. And we stay tuned, obviously, for more to come and excited for the next future endeavors while being in this present moment and vibing and enjoying the life as it is and the house music culture.
Thank
So
you.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for the interview and bye byes from Helsinki.
See you later.